You see, love isn't always loud. It doesn't always come with grand gestures, long confessions, or obvious signals. Sometimes love hides behind silence, behind nervous smiles, behind the small things a woman does when her heart feels something she can't quite explain or isn't ready to reveal. You may think she's indifferent or that she doesn't feel what you feel. But in truth, she could be falling for you deeply. She's just scared to show it. And if you pay attention, there are signs, subtle yet powerful, that will tell you she loves you, but is afraid to let it show. You might notice that when she's around you, her energy shifts. She's present, but guarded. She's open, but cautious. Her body language tells one story while her words tell another. When she speaks to you, she hesitates slightly before answering, as if she's measuring her emotions carefully. You'll catch her stealing glances when she thinks you're not looking. You'll see her eyes soften for a split second. Then she'll quickly look away, pretending she wasn't watching you at all. That's her first sign, that invisible pull she feels, but tries to resist. She's drawn to you, but she's fighting it because vulnerability terrifies her. Love makes her feel exposed, and exposure feels dangerous. She doesn't want to get hurt again, so she hides behind a mask of composure, pretending that she's fine when deep down she's trying not to fall too fast. Sometimes she'll act distant, and that's when you'll doubt her feelings. She'll avoid your messages for hours or take longer to reply. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. Her silence is her shield. She's testing your patience, testing your intentions. She's wondering if you'll still be there when she isn't easy to reach. Because in her mind, if you truly care, you'll see past her hesitation. She's scared of losing control of her emotions, scared of being the one who falls harder. So, she creates distance to protect herself. But if you look deeper, her actions contradict her words. Even when she pulls away, she finds excuses to come back. Even when she says she's busy, she somehow checks on you. Her heart won't let her fully disconnect because love has already started to grow roots inside her. You'll also notice how she remembers the small things about you, the kind of details most people overlook. She'll remember the way you like your coffee, that story you told once about your childhood, the songs you listen to when you're quiet, or the color you said you like to wear. She might never tell you that she notices these things, but you'll see it in her gestures. She'll do something small like suggest your favorite food or use a phrase you once said. That's how she communicates affection without saying a word. When a woman loves but fears to show it, her care hides in details. She may not say, "I love you," but her actions whisper it over and over again. She invests energy into understanding you, even when she tries to appear detached. And when you talk to her, you'll feel something unspoken, a certain depth in her voice, a softness that she can't fake. Sometimes she'll challenge you, even argue with you, not because she wants conflict, but because she's emotionally involved. She wants to see your strength, your maturity, your ability to handle tension. Her love comes with curiosity and quiet tests. It's not manipulation, it's fear dressed as protection. She's trying to see if her heart is safe with you. Every time she withdraws after a deep conversation, she's not rejecting you. She's processing the emotions that conversation stirred inside her. She's replaying your words, your tone, your reactions, wondering if it's okay to trust what she's feeling. Because loving you isn't her plan. It's her instinct, and that makes her uneasy. There will also be moments when she's surprisingly nervous around you. Her confidence shifts, her composure cracks, she fumbles her words, laughs a little too much, or gets quiet for no reason. Her eyes dart away when yours linger too long. That nervousness isn't about shyness. It's her emotions betraying her control. Her mind tells her to play it cool, but her heart beats louder every time you're near. You might catch her fixing her hair or adjusting her clothes when she sees you. Small, subconscious ways of wanting to look her best for you. It's not vanity. It's vulnerability trying to look strong. She wants you to notice her, but not too much. She wants to be seen, but not exposed. That internal tug of war between desire and fear plays out in every glance, every silence, every small hesitation. Sometimes she'll act like she doesn't care, but her jealousy will reveal the truth. When another woman talks to you, or when you mention someone else, she'll change. Her tone will shift slightly. She'll try to hide it with indifference, but her eyes will tell a different story. Maybe she'll tease you lightly. Maybe she'll go quiet. But inside, she's burning with questions she can't ask. Do you like her? Are you still thinking about me? She won't say it, but she'll feel it. Jealousy is often a language of love unspoken. She's scared to lose something she doesn't even officially have. She fears rejection more than loneliness, so she stays silent, hoping you'll notice her emotions without her having to confess them. There's also the way she supports you without making it obvious. She'll encourage your dreams, push you to grow, and remind you of your worth, but she'll do it subtly without claiming credit. Maybe she'll send you something inspiring when you're feeling low. Maybe she'll ask about your goals when others don't. Her love shows up in care disguised as friendship. She gives without expecting, but her heart hopes you'll see her effort. Women who love but fear to show it often express affection through nurturing energy. She won't tell you she believes in you. She'll show it through her actions, her consistency, her silent presence when you need it most. And when she finally lets her guard down, even for a moment, you'll see a completely different version of her. Her laughter will be freer. Her eyes will hold yours longer. Her words will flow with warmth and honesty. That's the version of her that love unlocks. But the moment she realizes she's being too open, she'll retreat again. That's her cycle. Open, retreat, repeat. It's not confusion. It's fear mixed with deep emotion. She's scared of getting hurt, scared of being misunderstood, scared of giving her heart to someone who might not handle it with care. Love makes her feel alive. But it also reminds her of her past, of the times she gave too much and received too little. So, she hides not because she doesn't want love, but because she wants it too much to lose it. When you truly look at her, you'll realize her silence speaks volumes. The way she listens to you, even when you're rambling, the way she remembers what you said weeks ago. The way she tries to hide her disappointment when you're too distracted to notice her, these are all reflections of a heart that loves quietly. She may not be expressive, but her energy gives her away. Her care shows up in the invisible ways in her patience, her thoughtfulness, her willingness to be there, even when she says she's fine. And sometimes she'll confuse you on purpose. She'll act like she's over you when she's really trying to stop thinking about you. She'll say she's not ready for a relationship, but still stays emotionally connected. That contradiction is her inner battle between logic and feeling. Her logic says, "Don't fall." Her heart whispers, "But he feels right." You'll see this tension in her messages, in her tone, in the way she withdraws after moments of closeness. It's not rejection, it's resistance to her own emotions. When a woman loves but fears to show it, she operates in duality. She'll protect her heart while hoping you'll break through her walls. She'll appear distant while wishing you'd come closer. She'll pretend she's fine while silently hoping you'll see through her act. She's not playing games, she's protecting herself from pain. And if you truly want to know if she loves you, stop listening to what she says and start watching what she does. Love isn't always spoken. Sometimes it's shown through patience, through small acts of care, through consistency when words fail. If she keeps showing up, if she keeps supporting you, if her presence feels calm but deep, she loves you. She just doesn't know how to admit it yet. In truth, love that hides isn't weak. It's often the purest kind. The kind that waits, that observes, that hopes quietly without demanding. The kind that says, "I care," through actions instead of declarations. She may never tell you directly how she feels, but you'll feel it in the way she treats you differently from everyone else. Her tone softens for you. Her energy shifts for you. Her time bends around you. That's love in disguise, and maybe she's just waiting for you to make her feel safe enough to show it. Because behind every guarded woman is someone who once gave her heart freely and paid a heavy price. She's learned that love can be both beautiful and brutal, that giving too much can leave you empty. So now she holds her emotions close, only releasing them in fragments, testing the water before diving in. But if you stay patient, if you show her that you're not like the ones who broke her before, she will eventually let go of the fear. She'll reveal that her silence wasn't emptiness, it was depth. Her distance wasn't rejection, it was caution. The truth is, when a woman loves you but is scared to show it, you'll feel her love long before she confesses it. You'll sense it in her eyes, in her effort, in her small, consistent gestures. And when she finally realizes you're not there to hurt her, that you see her heart clearly, even when she tries to hide it, she will stop pretending. Her love will come out gently, almost shyly at first, and then all at once, pure, real, and unfiltered. Because sometimes the ones who take the longest to express love are the ones who love the deepest. And when she finally lets you in, you'll understand that every hesitation, every silence, every guarded smile was never rejection. It was her way of protecting the most fragile part of herself, the part that loved you long before she dared to admit it. And maybe that's what makes her love so different. It's not rushed. It's not loud. It's not something she throws at you hoping it sticks. It's something that builds quietly, layer by layer, behind glances and unsent messages, behind long pauses and short answers. She'll talk to you about random things, her day, her thoughts, her plans. But every conversation hides a deeper meaning. She's not just talking, she's trying to connect. Every time she opens up a little, it's a silent risk she's taking. Because for her, love is vulnerability, and vulnerability feels like danger. So, she chooses her moments carefully. She might tease you one minute and go quiet the next, not because she's confused, but because she's trying to manage the intensity she feels. You'll notice it in the rhythm of her communication, warm one day, cool the next. And that unpredictability might frustrate you. But if you truly observe, you'll realize it's not inconsistency. It's her heart learning how to trust you. She pays attention to everything about you, not because she's trying to control you, but because she genuinely cares. She'll notice when your mood shifts even slightly. She'll sense when you're distracted or when something's bothering you, and she'll try to make it better in small ways. Maybe she'll ask a question softly, or send something that she knows will cheer you up. Maybe she won't say anything at all, but she'll be present in silence. That's her way of saying, "I'm here even when you don't ask me to be." Her love is quiet, but it's constant. And even though she's scared, she can't help but show her affection through those small, nurturing acts. Because a woman who loves but fears to show it will never stop caring. She'll just hide it under layers of restraint. You might notice how she gets emotional over things that seem small. If you forget to call or take too long to respond, she might act like it doesn't matter, but deep down it does. Her heart is sensitive to your energy. She feels deeply but expresses cautiously. Sometimes her emotions come out sideways, maybe through sarcasm, maybe through coldness, but that's because she's frustrated with herself for feeling so much. Love makes her feel powerless, and powerlessness is something she avoids. She wants to be in control, yet every time she sees you, she loses a bit of that control. That's the conflict inside her, wanting you while trying not to need you. And so, her love becomes a battle she fights in silence. She might pretend to be indifferent when she's actually deeply affected by you. When you talk about another woman or mention something personal, she'll react subtly. A small change in her tone, a flicker in her eyes, or a quick shift in subject. These are her defenses activating. She wants to seem unbothered, but she's not. Inside, she's feeling everything. Her silence is heavy with questions she'll never ask. Am I the one you think about? Do I mean anything to you? She might even convince herself she doesn't care. But her actions betray her. She'll still show up, still listen, still care even when she tries not to. Because real love, even when hidden, finds ways to be seen. When you're talking, she listens with intent, not just to your words, but to your pauses, your tone, your sighs. She's studying your emotions like a language she wants to master, and if you ever open up to her about something personal, she'll hold that information close. She won't use it against you. She'll protect it because to her, your vulnerability is sacred. That's how you know her love runs deep. She respects your emotions as much as her own. She may not say, "I love you," but her compassion speaks louder than any confession ever could. She might test you not out of manipulation, but out of fear. She'll create little moments to see how you react. Maybe by pulling away, maybe by acting distant. She wants to see if you'll chase her, not because she wants control, but because she needs reassurance. She's wondering if you'll stay even when she's difficult to read. It's her way of asking, "Can you handle my fear without punishing me for it?" She's not playing games. She's guarding her heart with the only tool she knows: distance, silence, hesitation. But deep down, she's hoping you'll see past the walls and realize that all she wants is to feel safe in your presence. When she starts to trust you, you'll notice small changes. Her messages will get softer. Her tone will carry warmth she used to hide. She'll let you into her thoughts more often. She'll share pieces of her day that she wouldn't share with anyone else. And when she starts to feel truly comfortable, she'll allow moments of vulnerability to slip through. A confession, a story from her past, a fear she's never voiced. That's not small. That's her heart beginning to unfold. Because for her, love isn't something she gives easily. It's something that blooms slowly, carefully, like a flower waiting for the right season. And when you're around, she'll often seem torn between wanting to be close and wanting to retreat. Sometimes she'll lean into you emotionally, and other times she'll pull back without explanation. You might wonder if she's confused or playing with your feelings, but it's neither. What you're witnessing is her defense mechanism clashing with her desire. Her fear tells her to step away, but her heart keeps pulling her closer. It's not a game, it's her protection reflex. She's spent years building emotional armor, and you're the first person making her question whether she still needs it. She'll also have moments where she opens up completely and then suddenly regrets it. You might notice her getting distant right after a deep or emotional conversation. That's not rejection. It's vulnerability hangover. She's processing what just happened. She's wondering if she said too much, if she appeared too emotional, if you'll still see her the same way after that glimpse of raw honesty. And if you reassure her with kindness and consistency, that's when her trust deepens. Every time you respond with patience instead of pressure, you're teaching her that love can be safe again. When she truly loves you but is afraid to show it, her care won't always be romantic. Sometimes it'll look like friendship, sometimes like subtle protection. She might give you advice that pushes you forward, even if it means you move further from her. That's because her love isn't selfish. She wants you to be happy, even if she can't be the reason. She'll check on you when you're struggling, but she'll do it in a quiet, respectful way. She won't want to appear too invested, but her concern will always slip through. If you're sick, she'll make sure you're resting. If you're sad, she'll find a way to make you smile again. That's how her love expresses itself in action, not announcement. You might also feel her energy even when she's not saying much. The silence between you will carry meaning. It won't feel empty. You'll sense connection, tension, something real that words can't describe. Her eyes will do most of the talking. They'll tell you when she's missing you, when she's happy, when she's scared. Even in her quietest moments, she'll be communicating through emotion. That's the beauty of a love that's afraid. It's subtle, but it's pure. It's the kind of love that hides in the small spaces between moments, in the way she says your name, in the way she lingers before saying goodbye. Sometimes she'll avoid eye contact altogether, not because she's uninterested, but because looking at you feels too intense. Her emotions overwhelm her. You might notice her smile fade when she looks at you too long. That's her heart reminding her she's in too deep. And yet, no matter how hard she tries to stay composed, her body language will betray her. The way she faces you, the way her feet point in your direction, the way she leans slightly closer when you speak, all small signals that her heart has already made its choice. Even if her mind hasn't caught up, she may also open up in indirect ways. She'll tell you stories about her past relationships, but listen closely. She's not just sharing for the sake of talking. She's giving you hints about what hurt her, what she values, what she fears. She's offering you a blueprint to understand her better. She's saying, if you want to love me, this is where I've been. She won't ask for reassurance directly, but deep down, she's hoping you'll respond with empathy instead of judgment. That's when she starts to see you differently, not just as someone she likes, but as someone who understands her. When she loves you, but is scared to show it, time becomes her greatest test. She'll watch how you behave when things aren't easy. She'll observe how you handle frustration, distance, and misunderstanding. She's not looking for perfection, she's looking for stability. She wants to know that your presence isn't temporary, and when she sees that you stay, that you don't run at the first sign of complexity, her walls start to crumble. That's when you'll see the most genuine version of her, gentle, loyal, and full of emotion. But before that happens, she'll wrestle with her own thoughts. Late at night, she'll replay your conversations. She'll overthink every word she said. She'll smile, remembering something you did, then immediately tell herself not to get attached. She'll wonder if you feel the same, and she'll scold herself for caring so much. You won't see this side of her, but it's real. Her mind and her heart are constantly at war, one telling her to stay guarded, the other begging her to take the risk. If she ever accidentally reveals her feelings, maybe through a slip of the tongue or an emotional moment, she'll panic. She'll try to downplay it, make a joke, or change the subject. That's her fear of rejection kicking in. She's not regretting loving you. She's regretting being seen too clearly. But if you handle that moment with care, if you let her know that you appreciate her honesty instead of judging it, something shifts. She'll start to feel safe enough to stop hiding. And once she feels that safety, her love becomes one of the most genuine kinds you'll ever experience. Because when a woman who's scared to love finally lets herself do it, she doesn't hold back halfway. She loves with depth, with devotion, with presence. She becomes your peace, your partner, your home. But that version of her doesn't appear overnight. It's earned through patience, through understanding, through consistency. That proves love doesn't always have to hurt. So, if you sense that she loves you, but is afraid to show it, don't rush her. Don't push her to confess or prove anything. Just show up, be real, be gentle, be steady. Let her see that your energy doesn't shift based on her hesitation. Let her realize that you're not here to take advantage of her vulnerability. You're here to honor it. Because deep down, she's not waiting for grand gestures or declarations. She's waiting for safety. She's waiting for someone who won't punish her for being careful. And when that moment comes, when she finally lets her heart speak freely, you'll understand that all her hesitation, all her silence, all her distance was never about lack of feeling. It was about depth. She wasn't scared because she didn't care. She was scared because she cared too much. And when she finally feels safe enough to love you out loud, you'll realize that the quietest kind of love was all along the strongest one. You'll notice that as time goes by, her behavior begins to soften in ways that words can't describe. She'll let her guard down little by little, and those walls that once seemed unbreakable will start to crack in the gentlest ways. Maybe she'll start calling you just to hear your voice, not because there's something urgent to say, but because she feels calm when you're near. Maybe she'll start sharing parts of her day that she once thought were too small or too unimportant, because she's learning that you genuinely care to listen. You'll catch her laughing more freely, her eyes holding yours without fear, her energy settling into something warm and unspoken. That's her way of saying, I'm starting to trust this. She may still have moments where she pulls back, moments where her old fears resurface, but you'll feel the difference. This time, she won't disappear completely. She'll come back quicker, apologize softly, or explain what she's feeling in small, hesitant sentences. That's growth for her. That's love learning to breathe again. When she starts to feel safe, she begins to show affection in small gestures that feel natural. Maybe a gentle touch, a message when you least expect it, or a look that says everything without a single word. And in that space between silence and connection, her love begins to speak fluently. You'll feel it in how she listens, in how she shows up for you, in how she chooses to stay even when she's scared. Her fear doesn't vanish, it transforms. It becomes respect, care, depth. Because once a woman like her chooses to love openly, it's not out of impulse, it's out of courage. And when she does, that love becomes something rare. A love that was once hidden, but now feels like home.